I just want to share with you the most inspiring story that I've heard during the coronavirus crisis. And it comes from Sri Lanka's eastern province, where a small Christian community led by Pastor Shianth had been facing for several years really severe opposition from members of their community, from their own neighbours and from even their own relatives. These people were desperate to shut down the church, but the police reminded them that in the country's constitution, there was a freedom of religion policy. And these people hated that response, and they said that they would take things into their own hands, solve the problem their own way. And so when Kumar, who was part of that church community, was heading to meet with the others one day, this group of people saw their opportunity. And they began to attack him, and two of the first people to beat Kumar were two of his own cousins, before the rest of the mob joined in. And when some of Kumar's family began to try and intervene and stop this from happening, they too were beaten and stoned and pelted with rubbish. It was a horrendous situation. What's amazing was when coronavirus hit and the whole of Sri Lanka was put into an island-wide lockdown, and as many of the villages, many of the community inside the church and outside the church found themselves struggling to survive because of their low income, the church began to see an opportunity. They saw this great need, and Pastor Shianth requested everybody in the church to consider providing dry rations for the entire village. And they managed to get enough to supply dry rations for 100 families in their community. And through the government's help, they managed to get it distributed. And some of the people that received this support were members of that mob that attacked them a few months earlier. These people who began to become such a threat to the community now were being loved by the community. And the people themselves said this church could have just helped their own believers. They didn't have to help us, but they did. Why did we do so much against them? And Pastor Shianth has said that doing what they did has given them the opportunity to share the gospel, to show the love of Christ to people. And now people are more eager than ever to know the Lord. And then he says, I see a great renewal in the church. Even the local government has changed its attitude towards the church. We are building better relationships with the people now. Thank you so much for your partnership. So that message is to you. Thank you for your partnership. Thank you for standing with people like Pastor Shianth and his church. And please keep going. Thank you.